Howdy folks, and I hope you have dilithium crystals in abundance wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. So, it was late yesterday, a little bit late to the party on this one. Late yesterday, EXO-6 announced this little beauty. Bit out of the blue this one, wasn't expecting this one, bit left field. And it is their 1/6 scale take on Rook, aka Ted Cassidy, from the 7th episode of the first season of the original TV show Star Trek, What Are Little Girls Made Of? And a bit unusual this one. EXO-6 have been picking characters, selecting characters from random episodes, well not random episodes, but episodes of the original series, and giving us sort of one-off figures of iconic characters. Obviously we've had Spock and Captain Pike from the original pilot episode, The Cage. We've had the Gorn, and a brilliant figure that is too. I am still waiting on mine, but it looks fantastic. And now they've given us this, Ted Cassidy, the late great Ted Cassidy as Rook. The episode itself is about Roger Corby, an old flame of Nurse Chapel's, who decides to take over the universe by using alien technology to turn everybody into androids. But classic episode and an iconic figure. But before we dive in and take a look at the photos that EXO-6 have dropped on us, I would like to send an EXO-3 size shout out to everybody who's supported the channel, and please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale reviews, news, previews, tours, showcases, and all that other stuff we've got lined up. So let's dive in, take a look at the pictures. But before we do that, a bit of an update. I recently did a preview of EXO-6's take on DeForest Kelley as Dr. McCoy from Star Trek The Wrath of Khan. And I've got to say, that reception was, shall we say, frosty, to say the least, amongst fans of not only EXO-6 but of the movie itself. Much uproar, but after that uproar, EXO-6 have listened, and they've taken that, I'm going to put this politely, dubious head sculpt back to the drawing board and given us another one, or at least a rendering of what they're going to give us. So I thought we'd take a quick look at that just by way of update. So before we dive in with Rook, let's take a look at the pictures here. And I'm hoping Mr. Go Figure's fat head isn't blocking out too much the new render on the right hand side here. But what you've got on the left here is what they announced with the pre-order, and what you've got on the right here is the new rendering of the head sculpt for McCoy, and we are night and day here. We are apples and oranges, light years ahead of what's on the left. And as I say, great to see that EXO-6 have listened to the fans, they've taken it on board, and rather than just peddle this awful thing on the left, they've taken it back to the drawing board. And I've got to say, although it is only a render, the one on the right hand side, as I say, miles ahead there. You can see the skin tones and textures, the overall sculpt, the shape of the head, the features, the eyes in particular, which I had a proper rant about in my preview of this one, have been fixed. The eyebrows have been fixed, those bags under the eyes have been fixed. Everything appears to have been fixed, but we will know more, obviously, once we start to see prototypes coming out. And stay tuned to the channel. Any updates we get on this head sculpt and on this figure will be put straight in front of the camera. So yeah, great to see that. So, but that's enough of McCoy. I doff my cap to EXO-6 for listening on this one. But on to Rook. So first shot here. And I've got to say, very, very impressed indeed. Ted Cassidy, obviously a very, very tall guy. I think he's about 6'4", something like that. Very unique looking gentleman. Unfortunately taken from us way too early. And he'd done hundreds of TV shows. He'd done everything from $6 Million Man, where he played Bigfoot, to westerns, numerous science fiction shows because of his unusual looks. Probably best known for his portrayal of Lurch in the Addams Family. Yeah, another iconic character from Star Trek here with Rook. And I've got to say, first impressions are very, very good. I'd normally talk proportions and scale at this point, but we do have a photo later on where it's up against a 1/6 scale figure, and take my word for it, before we get to that photo, scale and proportions are nailed on. The outfit, let's talk the outfit. This looks very, very screen accurate to me, and as always, I will be putting photos up in the top left hand corner here, or is it this way, so you can do your own comparisons. But yeah, the outfit looks absolutely spot on. You've got this long sort of overcoat thing going on, done in grey with the highlighted areas down the front of the coat itself. It's got this lining, and I always used to think that it looked like he was wearing a blouse in the original episode, but yeah, they've captured that really, really well with that ruffle neck there. It's got those pinks, it's got those purples in there, which match the lining of the coat. You've got this high neck with the collar area going on here where it turns over. Once again, screen accurate, so the screen accuracy is most certainly there. He's holding one of the stalagmites, which gets used as a weapon, but we'll get to that. Stay tuned. But yeah, overall proportions look excellent. Obviously they padded out his shoulders. He's a huge guy anyway, but they padded out those shoulders to make him look even bigger, and he was huge and menacing in the episode. If you're a fan of Star Trek, I can't believe you've not seen this episode, but if you haven't, seek it out. It's great fun. Head sculpt, we will get to that head sculpt. My first impressions on that head sculpt are very, very positive. Obviously we've got the shaved head there, that unique look of Ted Cassidy, those deep set menacing eyes, the big pronounced chin, and obviously the makeup that was used in the TV show to make him look even more menacing. You've got the dark makeup around the eyes there. He was darkened around underneath the cheekbones to give him a more sunken, more menacing look, and it looks like EXO-6 have nailed this on, and the costume as well. But let's zip on to the next. Now a close-up of that head sculpt. Now I've got to say, in certain shots it looks a little bit soft to me. I'm not complaining. This is not a mistake the size of, let's say, the Dr. McCoy Twok head sculpt that we looked at, but yeah, I don't know whether that's the soft focus on the camera, but yeah, just a tad soft maybe, but overall I think it most certainly is unrecognizable as Rook, and unrecognizable, unmistakable as Rook, and unmistakable as Ted Cassidy. You're seeing that dark makeup around the eyes there, those really pronounced lips with that purple hue, those sort of greeny grey eyes, and the eyes look phenomenal on this one. Super glassy, full of life. Really liking that a lot, and that unique head shape looks like it's been caught very, very well indeed. On to the next. We've got a side view here. Now, I can't remember whether Ted Cassidy was actually wearing contacts in this. I think that's actually his natural eye colour, but correct me in the comment section below if I'm getting this wrong. But they are beautiful eyes. They really, really are. I think some of the best eyes I've seen so far from EXO-6, so hats off. Once again, skin tones, skin textures look excellent. And check out the photo at the top there. I was a little bit concerned when I saw this shot that they'd not gone far enough with that dark makeup around the cheekbones there and around the eyes. Make your own mind up about that one. I think it could have done with being just a touch darker in places on here, but maybe once again that's the lighting or this soft focus photography, or even if it is soft focus photography, maybe you've got a lot of purples going on here which might be detracting from that, but we'll see as the shots go on. And we're getting a look at the materials used in that coat and that shirt that he's wearing. Now, as we know, as I have banged the drum for EXO-6 on this one on numerous occasions, Nanjing Tam is a stickler for getting the right materials and the right colours. Now, this is an old TV show. Depending on, I've said this before on the channel, depending on what you're watching it on, if you're streaming it, if you're watching it on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, whatever you're doing, you can see tonal changes. It all depends on the source of the original footage, but yeah, I'm going to take Nanjing's word on this, that grey looks accurate to me, as do the tonal changes in the material underneath. So yeah, looking very good. I think that's a cracking shot here. Really does capture that bulk. I'm not sure if Ted Cassidy was padded for this. as I mentioned before there. I'm pretty certain there's some shoulder pad thing going on there, but the proportions look great. And you've got that sort of grey Japanese obi, almost obi style belt around the waist there, made of the same material of the coat, which looks great. And we see some of the hands there as well, super expressive here. And it was all about the movement as well. He shifted his bulk with incredible speed in the episode, which made him that much more menacing as well. But I think that's a cracking shot there and looking great. But I'll zip back to that. Once again, just a touch off, I think, there with the depth of the eye makeup. Hopefully there's a photo up there to highlight this. I think it could have been darker in that cheek area and eye area, but moving on. See, it looks a little bit darker there, so yeah, could be down to the lighting. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But yeah, that's looking excellent to me, really, really good. Now I'm going to assume it's some kind of cotton material they're using in this, some kind of woven material in this grey coat, but the tones look excellent. On to the next. The first full shot, we're getting an idea of the proportions here. Look nailed on to me, absolutely nailed on. Very tall and very wide, and that coat itself is running right down to the ground, which is what it did in the episode. So yeah, chef's kiss here to EXO-6. Hopefully this will be wired. I would love to see this coat wired, getting this guy in a dynamic pose, because as I say, that it was that movement that he had that Ted Cassidy brought to that darting and then stopping that I found quite unnerving when I was younger and I first saw the episode. But yeah, looking great. A close-up of that head sculpt. I know I keep banging on about it, but once again I'm struck by the lack of darkness in the eyes here and the cheeks. Going to be a broken record on that one in this preview, unfortunately, folks, but yeah, I think that could be darker. Let me know your thoughts. But still, overall, I think it is an absolutely cracking head sculpt, that one, looking great. And here at this angle, looking up ever so slightly, those shoulders look perfectly proportioned. Those huge shoulders look great. On to the next, side view here. I'm not going to say it, I've already said it, dark areas around the eyes and the cheekbone area, but yeah, skin tones and textures look great. That's the only thing, that's my only reservation there, looking great. And I'm loving the backdrops they've used here. I'm not sure how they've done this. Have they done this in AI? Have they actually created a model? I would love a diorama of the actual EXO-3 planet. That would be fantastic, because it was just so beautifully done. Purples and pinks and blues. The color palette was just a crazy nightmare, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, cracking shot there. On to the next. We've got him with his hands up. Hopefully we're going to be getting multiple swap out hands. I can't see why not. That's a standard issue, isn't it, these days? Yeah, looking very expressive there. Just that slightly moving forward look. That idea of motion in the hands with the arms up, looking phenomenal. And that sort of shirt stroke blouse thing runs right the way down as well, which is screen accurate and on point. On to the next. Now we're getting an idea of the proportions here. So this figure is going to be 33 centimeters tall. So yeah, next to the rest of your EXO-6 Star Trek figures, this is going to be in proportion 6 foot 9 inches. I have to correct myself there. That's a double check that. He wasn't 6'4", he was 6'9". Colossus of a man. But this should be just perfectly in proportions at 33, I think, next to a Kirk or a Spock. I wonder if they'll be giving us one of those. Ah, here we go. Say it and you shall receive it. They've given us an original series Kirk, so we can see the proportions here, and they scale up really, really well. That looks absolutely spot on to me. Although worthy of note here, they have blurred out that Shatner head sculpt there. We're all waiting on this one. This one has been a long time coming. It feels like years. Yeah, looks like he's in process, maybe, who knows. I probably didn't want to put a head sculpt on there just to stop rumours flying around. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's on its way. Proportions look great. Yeah, fantastic shot, that one as well. Now, teasing there, that's the last of the shots on this one, I've got to say. Ruck is looking excellent. I can see him wending his way into the collection. Obviously a review for that will go up as soon as he arrives, but what are your thoughts on this guy? Let me know. Will you be picking it up? Are you an EXO-6 fan? Are you a fan of the original series? And I couldn't leave this preview without mentioning probably one of the most laughed about moments in the original TV show, and it comes in this episode. Fans of the episode will know Kirk has he ends up in one of the uniforms, the blue and green uniforms that are given to the androids. It would be great to see Kirk in that outfit alongside Ruck. But if you want to know what that outfit looks like, it's that colour. But that's not what we're here to look at. We're here to look at the rock that he's holding. I just couldn't resist putting this shot in. Still makes me smile today. Yeah, what is it? A stalactite? Is it a stalagmite? Is it something entirely different? I'll leave you to decide on that. I'm not going to comment because I don't want to get a strike on this video. So there you have it, folks. That is EXO-6's take on Rock from What Are Little Girls Made Of, from season 1 of the original series of Star Trek. What are your thoughts? Will you be getting it? Is it an easy pass? Are you an EXO-6 fan? Are you an original series fan? Nothing is off menu, so please drop that comment in the comment section below. What have we got coming up on the channel? Well, there's plenty more previews. We've got plenty more reviews of 6 scale figures. We've got stuff from Hot Toys, Susu Toys, In-Art, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic, EXO-6, the list goes on. I think the next big one coming in, hopefully fingers crossed, will be Lon Chaney, London After Midnight from Caustic Plastic. Got high hopes for that one, so looking forward to it, so stay tuned for that. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching, as always, from myself, from Ruck, aka Ted Cassidy. A massive thank you for watching as always, and until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves and happy collecting.